And you get this whole period in the 1880s, 1890s, and really through, I would say, the 1930s, where southern states take over and are repressing the freedoms, the privileges of non-white people, mostly African Americans, because the vast majority of African Americans lived in the southern states until the Great Migration begins in the World War I era and really gets ramped up during the Depression and World War II. That's the exodus of African Americans out of the southern states and into the Midwest, the Northeast, and the West. That is a reaction to the push for civil rights in the 1860s, 70s, 80s. There's this pendulum swing back to repression of civil rights, and you've got Jim Crow and the Black Codes and the horror of violent intimidation via lynching, right? That's a pendulum swing. You've also got in the 1870s, 80s, 90s, and really through the very first years of the 1900s, this big pro-business environment where the trusts, the big oil trusts like Standard Oil and the railroad trusts and Carnegie Steel, later U.S. Steel, coming to dominate the economic landscape. And it's all about laissez-faire and free market, and the government shrinks away, both the federal and, well, some state governments try to regulate some of these big companies, but they're mostly knocked down in the courts, and the big companies kind of get to do whatever they want, and rich folks get to do kind of whatever they want.